Hi, my name is Adrian. So glad to have you here. Today, I want to talk about things that I struggle with as an autistic person. So, this is not like an exhaustive list by any means. And also, don't take anything as if you relate to this, you are autistic. I'm not here diagnosing anybody and saying like this one thing equals autism. And I'm also not saying that if you don't relate to these things that you're not autistic. Okay, everybody is different. So now that I've gotten that out of the way, let's get into it. So one thing which I've been thinking about a lot actually recently is that I just can't do as much as other people. As in, I don't have the capacity to do as many tasks or make as many accomplishments within a day as other people without entirely draining myself, like depleting my entire system. This was actually like my number one question when I was in high school. I was always wondering how everyone else seemed to be fine. I'm like, how are you doing this? How are all of you showing up to school every day and not feeling like you're on the verge of death? I don't understand. Why does it seem like everything is so easy for everyone else? Like, I don't get it. And what I meant is like, I constantly felt overwhelmed and exhausted. Like, at any moment, I could just completely unravel. And I was doing a lot then too. And then there would still be people that would be doing more than me. And then also maintaining a social life. And I'm like, that just doesn't even seem possible. How is this? How are you doing that? And you seem happy. Like, not only are you doing this, but you also seem mentally fine. Like, what? That just I'm like, what? Like, what is so wrong with me that like I can't do this like everybody else? I don't understand. And then now I'm not even capable of doing half as much as I did when I was in high school. I'm like, one new thing that I do that's kind of out of the ordinary. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm done for the day. This took all of my energy. Another thing I struggle with is noise sensitivity. As you can see, I always wear headphones. Even when even when I was in school, I didn't have over the ear headphones, but I always had like earbuds in. I couldn't always wear them obviously because there are places where you're just not allowed. Though in high school, I got away with wearing my earbuds a lot in class. Like, I think teachers just let me get away with it. I mean, there were some teachers that were just like super chill and didn't care about people doing certain things. But then also for teachers that would probably get onto other people for wearing headphones, I wouldn't get in trouble because I was just I was a good student and I never really gave anyone a problem. And they probably also just like sensed that I needed that. I don't know. I don't know. And I was also probably good at hiding things most of the time, but I don't know. Anyway, but with okay, so with the noise sensitivity, like I don't know how this is about to come across, if it's gonna seem like kind of insane or hard to believe or what, but I can remember being really young in school and then basically like being overwhelmed by noise and wanting it to stop, but then also recognizing at some point that I have the ability to just disassociate, basically. And I remember that being like a very conscious decision. Like there would be times, like certain times in class when I recognize that things are getting kind of loud and I'm like, I can't really concentrate. And then I would be like, okay, and I could just like put myself into this state where I'm like, I don't know, I'm like somewhere else. Like I place my consciousness somewhere else so that everything feels far away. I don't know. It's like that experience that a lot of people have where being in the cafeteria as a kid and you like plug and unplug your ears, except like I'm not doing that. Like I just am moving my consciousness somewhere else. I don't know, disassociating, right? Okay, I'm disassociating, and that's how I would deal with it. But anyway, there's lots of sounds that I don't appreciate, especially very loud noises, and especially when I'm trying to focus, like when I'm trying to do meditation or my qigong or I'm reading. Like I really can't stand noises during those times, and sometimes it's very hard for me to be able to focus on anything else, and like it just makes me so angry. Like like the dog barking, especially, or you know what's the worst, when there's a freaking leaf blower going on, or a lawnmower when I'm trying to meditate or do qigong. Like that just really angers me. And like cuz I can't focus no matter how hard I try. And all I can hear is that noise, and the noise is driving me freaking insane. Another thing I hate is when the scanners at the grocery store are extra loud. Like I know they're kind of loud already, but like sometimes they're really loud, and like that I can't stand. And it just like it's really alarming to me. And I'm like, I can't. Like I used to work at a grocery store, and when I would cashier, I would always turn the volume down on my scanner. And then also now when I go to the self checkout, if it's extra loud for some reason, I'll turn it down there too. I'm like, no, no, thank you. I really hate the sound of styrofoam rubbing together. That is a terrible noise. Lots of other noises like that too. Like, no. And when I had my cat, and when she would clean herself, like the sound of animals licking themselves, absolutely not. And then also, like she liked to eat plastic too. So like if I didn't put away a plastic bag, she started chewing on plastic. I really hate that noise too. And then also when she would drink water, it's like I love you so much. I love her so much, but I'm like, if you're licking yourself, please get away from me. Like you need to go somewhere else. I love you, but please go. I can't. I can't deal. You know. But I'm like, seriously, why would she drink water so loud? And I don't know if it's like the type of bowl that I had for her. I'm like, why it's so loud? It was so irritating to me. Yeah, and then again with the loud noises, it's just like loud noises are really annoying, and then also kind of like I don't know. It's like also I think a trauma response, especially when it comes to doors shutting really loud, like doors in the house or car doors shutting really loud. It really sets off my fight or flight, and like it's crazy. Um, okay, another thing, socializing, obviously. Like, yes, I do hate small talk. I am bad at it. I'm not good at holding a conversation with strangers. I mean, unless they're really good at communication and say something interesting to me, that makes it a lot easier to have a conversation with someone when people just know how to talk to you, and they're not doing when people aren't doing the basic small talk, but they like actually say something interesting, then it's like it's actually not that bad. But there are still times, even as an adult, that I can't even manage to give somebody a response. Because I'm like, I don't know what's expected of me right now. You know, talking to people does stress me out. Like I can do things that, I mean, like things that I've got a script for. Like, like I'm not necessarily. I've never felt like I'm shy, and I'm not like I don't feel. I mean, I think I'm a little bit socially anxious as an adult. To be honest, I think I became more socially anxious as time went on, but I wouldn't say that like I've got genuine social anxiety, but because it's not like that. And I met someone who really had social anxiety, and I'm like, yeah, I don't really relate to like I'm not afraid of the same things, and it's not for the same reasons as you. But yeah, when it comes to like talking to strangers, just like striking up a conversation with people and like being in social events, yeah, that stresses me out. When things go off script, I do lose the ability to articulate well. Like I know that I can come across as being able to speak. I mean, I'm great in writing. I'll give you that. But when it comes to being in person, and I'm sure that I can seem kind of together on videos, but in person there's when I kind of like on certain social interactions, like I will stutter, I will stumble on my words, like I will likely be misunderstood and have to try to say the same thing a few different times in different ways to get people to understand me. I am awkward when I meet new people. I am awkward even when I know them. Like if I'm not super close to people, I pretty sure I just stay pretty awkward around people. People often do have wrong impressions of me before they know me. Group settings are hell for me. I am terrible at participating in group conversations. I've never been part of a friend group. I currently don't have any friends near me. I have like 3 friends and they all live somewhere else. The note that I would always get in customer service jobs is engage more with the customers. Like, what do you want? I'm doing the best that I can. Okay. I'm giving you the basic things that I need to say um, to be nice. But, like, no, I don't know how to make random conversations that people I'm just having a very short interaction with. Like, I don't even understand why I need to do that. Like, it just doesn't. Not everybody even wants that. There's a lot of people that also don't really like. I mean, I know some people like live for little social interactions with people, but there's also a lot of people who don't even like that. So like why do I have to why is that an expectation? Anyway, there are many times before having to go work a customer service job when all I could do was cry because I'm like sometimes I I'm like, I don't even feel like I can do the social thing today. And I would call out sometimes because of it, because sometimes it would just be so bad. I'm like, there's absolutely no way that I can go into work today and act like a normal human being. It's not going to happen. Like, without me having a fucking meltdown, you know? Okay, another thing, I hate how some things feel. I don't like being touched at all unless you're my good friend or I'm dating you. Like, I don't even like being touched by my family, to be honest. Growing up, my family always thought I was just being an asshole, especially when it came to my little sister. They're like, you know, she just loves you and she looks up to you. I'm like, okay, but she needs to get her sticky fingers and sweaty palms away from me. Like, you don't understand. Like, this is physically painful to me and it's driving me insane. Like, can you just accept that? Like, this is, I don't like this. And I can't stand when people like put their hand on my shoulder. I can remember one time, also when I was working at a grocery store, a customer just put his hand on my shoulder. I swear I could not get rid of the feeling for like the next hour. It was awful. And then there's several other things that I don't like when it comes to the sense of feeling. Touching paper is very unpleasant for me. I don't like it, especially the idea of like running my hand down paper. Like, oh, you know, like if people when they're reading like will run their finger across the paper. No, like if I no, I can't even think about it without feeling pain. Like if I think too hard about it, like it will really start to make me very uneasy. There's a certain textures that I'm really not a fan of. And when it comes to clothes, like I really hate feeling the seam of shirts on my armpit. The worst. That's immediately overstimulating to me. I don't like when shirts are too small. I really hate if the neckline is too small or too big because then it's falling off one shoulder and like that's I hate the feeling of unevenness, so that's a part of it too. And that's another thing with like if a stranger puts their hand on my shoulder, I also don't like the fact that like I'm feeling something on one side of my body and then I'm feeling something on one side of my body and not the other. Like don't I don't like that. I usually avoid having to wear a belt. It's not I mean it's not the worst thing, but it's not preferable. Jeans also aren't terrible for me, but I mean they're not the best thing either. Most of the time I wear shorts with an elastic band. I really do prefer just to be comfortable. And but I have 2 pairs of jeans right now that I do actually really like, and they're like a softer kind of jean material. They're kind of soft, and they also fit perfectly. So like I don't mind wearing them. I still would just wear them to be comfortable. Like I wouldn't want to just wear them all day long. But they're not necessarily the worst thing to me. Oh, I hate to feel like my hair touching my ears. That's why I always shave the sides of my head. And I really hate the feeling of dry skin. And that's why I always carry lotion so that when I wash my hands, I can immediately moisturize. And Same with like chapstick too. I know there's a lot of autistic people who like hate lotion and hate chapstick, but I'm like, no, the feeling of having dry skin is just so unbearable. So no, always lotion, always chapstick. Another thing, I can't stand being observed doing anything. It's like suddenly I cannot do it anymore. And I don't know exactly what this is, but I've seen a lot of other autistic people talk about this too. And maybe part of it is like demand avoidance, but then there's also things that don't necessarily give me that same kind of like rage feeling as demand avoidance, but it just still feels uncomfortable. And I'm like, I'm no longer going to be able to do this right now. I can't do this properly anymore if somebody's watching me. Like, please, for the love of God, do not perceive me right now. But this is the kind of thing that makes me very avoidant, which gets in the way of me actually doing things that I need to do to actually take care of myself. So that's where like this really becomes a struggle because it's like I won't, because of this, I just won't do certain things for myself that I need to and want to do. So another thing is uncertainty. There are times that I have found myself just completely unable to do something because I can't manage to gather enough information about how to do it. And it's extra frustrating because I've also been like high masking throughout my life. And so I don't even like asking for help. And so when I feel like I can't figure something out, and then on top of that, I'm scared to ask anyone for help because I don't want to be made to feel stupid or whatever, I obviously become very dysregulated and it basically feels like the end of the world to me. And I cannot stand not knowing how to do something and not being able to find the information that I need in order to be able to do it. And this is the kind of thing that even in school would have me really stressed out with projects a lot of the time because like I swear the instructions were always so vague. And I'd be like, I don't know exactly what is expected of me. And I would like exhaust myself reading the instructions over and over again, trying to like decode more of it every time I read it, like figuring out what exactly is expected of me. And as an adult, this has definitely become even worse because it's like no one tells you how to be an adult and how to do all these life things. So I'm constantly losing my mind trying to figure things out and then just becoming paralyzed basically. Because it's like the thing a lot of people just don't understand, especially because they look at me and they're like, "Oh, you're so book smart or whatever," and assume that I should just know all these things that seem to come naturally to other people, is that I actually cannot proceed with a thing if I don't have enough information. Like I do not know what I'm doing at all. I I don't have all of the information, so none of it makes sense to me. Like I can't even begin it. You know, like I'm not kidding when I tell you that I have no idea. I'm not kidding when I tell you I have no idea at all. I don't even know where to begin. Okay, and so the last thing that I'm going to talk about for this video is perseveration, which with autism is this intense, inflexible focus on something specific. And that can be felt and expressed in multiple ways. And for me, like the most like just distressing kind of way this shows up is with getting stuck on certain thoughts, like the kind of torturous thoughts that I won't be able to pull myself away from for an extended period of time. There are times when I just can't let something go. It's like it's kind of something that I've gotten a better handle on over time, but it still pops up for me. And even when I'm trying my best, it just feels impossible to take my focus off of this one thing. It's so difficult because it'll be something that's very like emotionally charged for me for whatever reason. And so even if I'm trying to logically talk myself down, to relax myself, I'll get pulled back to it. And I keep latching back onto it because I'm like, well, no, really. And I just keep getting pulled back to replaying it in my mind over and over again. Yeah. I mean, and there's other things that I can get stuck onto. It's just like, it's not always necessarily bad things that you can get stuck on. I mean, because people also talk about this like with, like with special interest too, or like hyper focus and being really pulled into something. But it's like I don't experience that as bad until maybe after the fact, and I'm like, oh wow, I just spent so much time on this, because it's a thing where it's not bad in the moment, but it might be afterwards where you're like, oh, I spent so much time doing this where I could have been doing something else, and you know I also didn't eat anything or like do these other things that I needed to do to take care of myself, and then it's like, oh, but yeah. So that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. I appreciate all of you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.